I've never had a hangover. I've never blacked out. And I've never lost control over my behavior. I'm pretty damn proud to say all three. I feel like when people hear that someone doesn't drink, they automatically assume that there's some big life altering thing that happened, like a crazy accident, some crazy event, alcoholism, and that's just not the case for me. I don't have like a real defining thing that made me choose to not drink. It just kind of slowly happened. I literally just realized one day I haven't had a drink in a while, and that's okay. It didn't bother me. It didn't make me want to go have a drink. It didn't make me feel any sort of way. It was just like, oh, okay. I will say I'm not like a die-hard, hardcore sober. I will occasionally take sips of Nico's drinks if he makes something or if we're at a restaurant just to try it. But I just really don't care to drink. I just don't care for alcohol. If I'm going to be gaining calories, I want to eat them. I want to say starting somewhere around 2016, like somewhere between like 2015 and 2017, I started cutting back, but it wasn't a conscious like, oh, I need to cut back drinking. It was just like I don't want to drink tonight, so I'm not going to. I still drink at social settings, but if I was drinking, it would be one, two max. And there would be times where I wouldn't drink at all. I will say when I did choose to have a drink, it was normally because there were people that I didn't know and I would feel a little shy. So I was trying to have a drink just to loosen up and like be sociable. But that was basically it. At this point, I got used to being the friend in my little friend group where I was the non-drinker. Usually I was the only one, and that was fine with me. I never felt peer pressure to drink. I never felt weird about being the only one not drinking. No one ever made me feel bad about it. It was just, okay, you're not drinking, cool. I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. I know I said there was no defining moment that made me decide to cut out drinking, but I will say there were influences, such as the behavior of some of my so-called friends at the time and their behavior while drinking. It was a huge turnoff. When I was in college, I had some friends who enjoyed partying, who enjoyed drinking, and that was great for them. I did tag along to a few parties, and that's also how I discovered that the party scene is not for me. Again, I never felt pressure to drink when I was with them, but I did get to witness their behavior. I felt like I was getting secondhand embarrassment for them. They were saying or doing embarrassing things. It was just sloppy behavior. I didn't like it. I thankfully quickly realized that they had no self-control when it came to alcohol. And I realized that I didn't want to be around these people. It wasn't like every now and then they just lost control. It was like every single time. And I just had no interest in being around that. I think it was around 2018, 2019 when I fully consciously was like, I don't want to drink at every social gathering I went to. That was when I started consistently saying, I'm just not going to drink tonight. At that point, I was in the military life, the military community where drinking is very heavy. I will say it was a little bit more noticed. I feel like people were offering it to me more, never pressuring me to drink, but like offering more frequently. And it was always with the excuse of, well, I don't want you to feel left out, or I want you to know you can drink whatever we have. And I would reassure them, I'm choosing not to drink because I don't want to drink. I definitely feel like this is one of those things where if you choose to go against the norm, it makes people think. I've said it before in a previous video where it's one of those things where you try to change something about yourself, like deciding not to drink anymore, and people question it. Even if they support you, if they don't pressure you, they will still question it because it comes back to them feeling validated in their decisions. Let's say they used to drink with me all the time and all of a sudden I'm saying, I don't want to drink anymore. Unless they're a really self-aware person, they're going to feel some sort of way about me suddenly not drinking while they continue to choose to do so. And I actually saw this between two friends of mine at the time. One decided to not drink anymore, and the other one actually took it personally, like it was a personal attack against her for continuing to drink, when really the one choosing not to drink was just like, I just don't want to drink myself. You can still drink. So I actually got to witness that, which was interesting. It didn't take long for me to get to the point of realizing, like, why do I need to drink if I'm with the right people? If I'm with people I'm comfortable with, if I'm with people I trust, if I'm with people that I enjoy being around, I can be myself without the aid of alcohol. Once again, being around the military means you're going to be around drinking. And I didn't have a problem with being around people who did choose to drink, but I did start getting selective of who I was around because the people I chose to be around never drank excessively. They would drink responsibly, they didn't act overly crazy, they would have fun, but it wasn't something absolutely obscene. I will say that I did break my sobriety last year. I attended a 60th birthday party and I didn't know anybody. So to feel comfortable, I did have one drink. I hated it. It reminded me of why I choose to not drink because I didn't like how I feel. I don't handle alcohol well to begin with. And again, I wanted to eat my calories instead of drinking them. Up until that drink, I hadn't had a drink in about 3 years. On any given year, I will drink less than 3 times if I drink at all. So for 3 years, I had no drinks, and then I had that one last year, and I really don't see myself drinking again. Maybe at my friend's wedding in a couple months, I'll have a drink, but I just didn't like it. Yeah, it helped me loosen up so that I could socialize, but I came home and I was just like, it just reminded me of why I don't drink.